Welcome back to the channel, guys. Drew here, and stock market is down 20% from the year. Bitcoin is down 40% year to date, and 55% if you go 2 months earlier than that. Popular altcoins are down 60 to 80%. Even gold, the safety asset during time of volatility, is down 10% from the year. And can you guess what's not down though? Yeah, my fleet's not down. I did a valuation on my fleet in January, and it was worth about $455,000. My current fleet now is $483,000, and it'll probably be up to $490,000 by the end of the month, maybe next month. But I make a prediction that for a 4-year period from 2020 to 2024, one of the very best and safest assets to have is new vehicles, which is a part of the Toro business. And I think I have accidentally found the very best investment for 2020. Let me try to prove it to you. Let's jump in. Alright guys, so look, forgive the dress down today. It is flipping hot here in DC area. So dressed down a little bit, but hang with me here. I got a lot of stuff I want to share with you. And I'm going to try to make the case that new vehicles, purchasing new vehicles, the right kind of vehicles, okay? I'm not just talking about any vehicles. If you follow my channel for any time in the last few months, I've given you 20 or more different vehicles in the last 6 months to try to target to purchase if you're going to use it for the Toro business. You know, in doing this and building my fleet of vehicles and doing this business, I've found recently that new cars specifically have been some of the very best investments as far as that goes. And by the way, I view my Toro fleet as an investment, okay? And all the things I'm going to talk about today, I invest in. I've got larger investments in real estate than I have in my Toro fleet. I have a lot of stocks. My 401k, I have a lot of singular stocks and some different ETFs. I also have Bitcoin. I have some altcoins. I have a little bit of everything that I'm going to talk to you about today. But by having all those different options, I've been able to evaluate just how incredibly good an investment of new cars has been. So let's talk about it. The time frame I'm using to cover is back in November, December 2020. And there's a reason I'm doing it. I think it's the fairest place to look at it. So for example, Bitcoin in November, December 2020 was at about $18,000 per Bitcoin, and if we look at what it's at now, it's about 29,000. Okay, and it's gone up to 60, it's gone down. Obviously, Bitcoin, any type of crypto, moves up and downs. In that time period, you're looking at about a 35% you know, increase, even though it's pulled back. Now, stocks. S&P, we looked at the S&P in November, December 2020, and it was at 3,600. And the S&P now, I think, is like 4,200, something like that. You got an increase of about 13%. Over that time period, of course, it went up, and now it's down 30%. So over that time period, about an increase of 13% if you put your money in the S&P 500. Now, individual stocks, dividend stocks, high dividend stocks. And I have a stock that I personally own. It's done really well for me, and it's Icahn Enterprises, IEP. November, December, it was $51. And what is it now? $51.50. So pretty flat. It did go up to 57, but when you have high dividend stocks, they pretty much stay flat. Hopefully they go up a little bit over time, but mainly it's a nice safety net because it doesn't move. This is a stock that hasn't crashed. It hasn't dropped massively at all within just a few percentage points. And the dividend on this stock is massive. It's got a dividend yield of 15.394, which is extremely high. So compared to some other dividend stocks like Coca-Cola is 2.073. AT&T is a high dividend stock, and that's 8.729. So, you know, if you had Icahn Enterprises like I do, for every $1,000 over that that time period, you're going to get about 100 to 120, that range, back just from the dividend, which is pretty good because it constantly gets reinvested, right? But you can't really compare the Turo business to any of these other type of investments. My purpose of investing in Turo is not specifically for cash flow, which is what most people want and why they're investing in Turo. One of the things I talk about is the liquidity of the business, being able to cash out cars whenever you want and take cash out, as far as that goes. If you didn't watch last week's video, I gave you 5 of my cars and I showed you how much cash equity I have in each of those vehicles. On track as a goal to have $100,000 in profit this year. You need to watch that one as well. But I compare the Turo investment to more like a really high-end dividend stock. But the difference is that, most of my cars are bringing minimum of $500, $600 a month. And some of them $1,200, $1,500. Of course, my Corvette, $2,000, $3,000 a month. And I get that's not all profit because it's very difficult to compare apples to apples. But my point is, I will make the statement that for a 4-year period, 2020 to 2022, I think purchasing new cars right, looking back, it will be one of the best investments that you can have during that time period. I think we're about halfway through it, and at least for the next 2 years, it could go longer than that. I've given you probably 20 over the last 6-7 months, and I'll continue to give you more. I got a new video coming out soon where I'll give you a couple more vehicles to target and look at. When everything else has dropped anywhere from 10 to 70%, my vehicles, my investments in my vehicles, not only have they been stable, they've gone up in value, they're fully liquid, I can sell them at any time to any dealership, immediately cash out, and it's been a great hedge. Having physical goods that people need and have is a really, really good investment, and hopefully I made the case for it. Now, we're done for today, guys, but look, this weekend I'll be heading out all the way to, not quite to the West Coast, but Las Vegas area. We're going to be racing Corvettes. We're going to be doing the Bronco Rodeo, climbing and all that. Congratulations to our 2 contest winners, Jonathan H. from Durham, North Carolina, Ryan R. from Las Vegas. I'll be getting to meet up with both of them. I'm hoping to take a bunch of good videos. If you want to follow along with that, you can follow us on Instagram, and I'll be posting videos as far as that goes. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'm out.